Well, researchers and clinical scientists from the Baker IDI Heart and Diabetes Institute are heavily involved in the ISH 2012, and I would like perhaps to mention three very important aspects. One relates to the pathophysiology of hypertension, and Professor Murray Esler's research over the last decades really demonstrated the relevance of sympathetic nerves in the development of hypertension, and he was crucially involved in the development of real innovation, novel catheter-based treatment that targets these nerves directly. Another important aspect, mainly driven by Professor Sept from the Baker, relates to the diagnosis and management of hypertension by looking at most accurate blood pressure readings through ambulatory blood pressure monitoring. This work has actually already found its way into guidelines, particularly in the United Kingdom. A third aspect relates more to the treatment of hypertension, and Bronwyn Kingwell from the Baker has nicely demonstrated how important physical activity and healthy nutrition is to avoid the development of hypertension and ameliorate the blood pressure rise if it already exists. Well, we are very fortunate to have internationally recognized speakers at this conference, and if I think about the program, there are probably three very big highlights. We all know that genes play an important role in hypertension, and we've got a very eminent researcher, Professor Rick Lifton from the United States, who will give us an overview about the role of genetic mutations in hypertension. A second very important topic is covered by Professor Peter Rothwell from Oxford. He's a stroke specialist, and he has published breakthrough papers in regards to blood pressure variability and how this affects stroke and cardiovascular outcomes, and will give us an overview about his recent findings. A third important area relates to the damage that is caused by high blood pressure, and we often refer to the retina, the eyes, as the window to look at the health of small blood vessels, and Professor Tien Wong, who will speak at the conference, has published seminal papers to look at structural changes in the retinal vessels and how they relate to cardiovascular outcome in patients, and will give a summary of those findings.